Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Jaguars and the Monarchs. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the London Monarchs. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
They go play action here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 50 yards. And the Monarchs are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Now the try here for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Jags. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a loose football. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds it.
After review the play, the ruling on the field.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jenkins forced it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center. 21 yards, well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
23 yards on the play.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 11 yards there, first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, Wilson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Start it out. Robinson. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Michael Gallup, 41 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. London about set to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
There he goes, left side. 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Monarchs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And some room to maneuver. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 16 more on that one and another first down. Operating from the gun, Jenkins. And some room to roam now. He's got room at the 30. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On 1st and 10, Jenkins. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Christian Harris able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Check white, opposite, green, switch, yellow, blue, check, Smith, red, black, white.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Monarchs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point safely through, and the lead is up to 18 now. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 45 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Selma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Monarchs take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jenkins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. London about set to take over on offense. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
114 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Down to about the 22 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Monarchs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
On the give, this is their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jenkins.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
They'll look to throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Monarchs are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Throwing to start the drive. Jenkins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jenkins steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Jenkins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw again. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jenkins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a huge play that time. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They're going to look to throw. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a 1st with 3rd down looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down, Jenkins. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking it all, but now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review on this one. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing on first down. Jenkins under pressure, and down he goes. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And taken right on the 30. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.